Welcome to another video in my travel chest. This time is everything I'm going to use to complete this look. This is my before and after, and this is how I got there. I started off with BECCA's Backlight Priming Filter. It's really luminous and it's going to give my skin a nice glow under my makeup. And then I went in to cover all the dark spots under my eyes and all over my face. Acne scars are so depressing. It's like a little chat you have with yourself every morning, like, okay, I've got to fix this, but until then I'm just going to cover it. So this is LA Girl's Pro Concealer, and I think it's just orange. I just call it the orange one. So I put it under my eyes and on my acne scars, and then I do wax my mustache, but it still kind of shows through a little bit, the dark. So I use the Ocher in MAC. It's like a mustard yellow color, and I put that right around my mustache chin area, and then I pat it down with the beauty blender just so that it can blend into my skin. I actually let my color correcting dry before I go in with my foundation, just so the colors won't merge together and I can actually get the full effect. So I'm going to prime my eyes with this primer from Lorac, and then I'm going to use my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Ebony, and then I'm going to fill in my brows. You know, my aunt just recently told me that women in our family, we tend to lose our eyebrows at an early age from too much waxing and plucking, so I'm just going to let my brows grow out. In the meantime, I'm going to fill them in, and I like to start at the arc so that the deepest concentrate of color is on the tail of the brow, and then I move forward just to fill it in. I have to make sure not to go too thick or too far in so I won't have like a unibrow. On myself, I don't prefer the tapered look. I think it just makes my eyebrows look like they're balding. So for some reason, like, I can never get the brow perfect on myself the first try, so it's more so I have to work with the product and shape it into a brow before it actually looks super cute. So I'm just gonna go in and do really light strokes so that it looks like it's mimicking hair, and then when I get closer towards the tip, I like to blend that out some, not so much that I'm trying to create a taper fade, but just so it doesn't look like two bricks on my eyebrows. Using my Cover FX contour palette in Deep, I'm going to use a combination of number 1 and number 3 to create an outline on my eyebrow, and this is what's going to give it its shape and really make it pop. The name of the brush I'll leave in the description box below, but this is where my brows start to look cute and they really take shape. It doesn't happen as easily for me when I'm building the brow itself, but more so when I go in to shape and sculpt it with a concealer that's about 1 shade lighter than my normal complexion. I usually use my bones to shape my brow versus just using my eyebrow period. I'm going in with my beauty blender to blend out any harsh edges, and now I'm using this brush from BH Cosmetics and the NYX pencil in Milk, and I'm going to use this as a base on top of the eye primer I already have, just so that the colors I'm going to put down pop a little bit more. Now, using my MAC 217 blending brush, I'm going to use Flatline in the Urban Decay Spectrum palette to highlight my brow. Next, I'm going to go in with the same brush with Brown Script from MAC, and I'm going to put that right into the crease of my eye, and I'm going to blend that up and blend that down just because I don't want any harsh edges, but this is going to be my transition color. Next, I'm going to use my 221 brush from MAC and the color West in the Full Spectrum palette, and I'm going to go a little bit underneath Brown Script just to add to that transition color. And I'm really buffing out the hard lines and leaving some room for the color I'm going to put on my lid. I spritz my 239 brush with some Fix Plus spray and dab that into Daybreak, and now I'm going to build that color on top of the NYX pencil and Milk, and the color's really going to pop because of those primers in the base that I put down. Palette is super pigmented, so if it doesn't come out the first time, you just need to go back over it and build that color on. Back in the outer corner, and I'm placing Burn, and I'm bringing that into the lid just to get rid of the hard lines and add more of a gradient color. I lost a little bit of the warmth, so I'm going back in with the color Brown Script just to add some more to there because I lost a little bit of it. Now this is the Studio Tech in NW45 and the MAC 190 foundation brush. I just push the color all around over my skin. Now that the color correcting has sat, I believe that it works a little bit better when it's dry versus just going in with your foundation right away. And for me, I have a lot of acne and a lot of acne scars, so it's really important that I cover that up. And so I really like this foundation brush because I feel like it pushes the color into my skin. And then I'll spritz my beauty blender with a little bit of Fix Plus spray and even mesh that color into my skin a little bit more so that my makeup looks like skin and not makeup. My mind is still blown on the compliments I get on my skin all day. Like, oh my gosh, your skin is so pretty, it's so beautiful, it's so flawless. I'm like, no, it's not. But that's one of the tricks that I use to get there. Next, I'm using LA Girl Pro Concealer in Mahogany just to give myself a bit of a contour. I'm going to use this as a base before I go in with the powder to really set it. So I'm putting it along, the 3 and the E, along my forehead, my cheekbones, my chin. I'm hiding my double chin, triple chins, a lot of chins. I'm hiding that. And I'm just doing a little bit of sculpting on my nose. And I'm taking the same brush I did my brows with, and I'm using a combination of number 1 and number 3 in the Cover FX Contour Palette in Deep. And I'm highlighting my cheekbones, my forehead, and doing a little bit of light nose contouring, and I'm highlighting my chin a little bit. And with my beauty blender, it's damp. I'm doing the highlight first just so that the highlight won't cross into the contour and just it turns to a really muddy color when you mix the two together. So I want a separate and more defined color. So I'm just going to push this color into my skin just to give myself a nice wide awake appearance. For me, when I'm working with my beauty blender, I like to dab and push in versus rubbing the color because I don't want to disturb the makeup that I've already laid down. Next, I'm going to start off with the contour. I'm going to push that up and push that around into my cheekbone so I can get a really nice sculpted look. And I'm going to go around my forehead. I tend to like having a big forehead, but I do like to shrink it just a little bit. So I'm going to go around there and along my triple chin area, and I'm just going to blend that out and all the way around the other side as well. Now for my highlight, I'm using this Orgasm stick from Nars. This thing is beautiful. So it is like a cream, so I'm going to put that along the highest point of my cheekbones, on both sides, down the center of my nose and my forehead. It's really creamy and super metallic-y. It's got like a golden pink tone to it, which I love. Sometimes I'm just not so much in the mood for gold, so it's a really soft, romantic pink color, but it still has that glam, that glow. For me, I prefer to use my fingertips instead of my beauty blender to really push that into the skin. I could use probably another few beauty blenders just for highlighting and contouring, but for now I'm just working with one. Next, I'm using my 128 split fiber cheek brush and my NW58 with my MAC Studio Fix powder just to set my contour that I put down earlier. I noticed that the creams tend to shift a little bit on me unless I set them with the powder just to really make sure that they stick for the whole day. And I'm very focused on that forehead area. So next, this is Love Thing. It's a nice blush from MAC, and this brush is from BH Cosmetics, and I'm pushing the blush up and over into the temple area just to give me a little bit more of a sculpted look. And this is a translucent powder from Bare Minerals. It was in a little compact, and I just scraped the compact onto my beauty blender just so I can have a little bit of a loose powder setting. So I'm going to use that to push my contour out just a little bit and really keep the oil and shine away for the rest of the day. Now I'm going to let that cook, bake, whatever you want to call it. And in the meantime, this is a flat brush from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to use my NYX eyeshadow base in black to do a tight line on my eye because I'm going to put a more vibrant shimmery color down and I really want it to stand out. I'm going to go over that product just a little bit more to make it extra dark so the colors stick out a little bit more than that. I'm going in with my 214 short shader brush from MAC and a combination of colors. The first one that I'm putting down on the inner corner of my eye is the color Junkie in the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette, and I'm making sure to tap it on along the black line that I put down so that I won't get much fallout. And plus, I'm just going to drag it out just a little bit so I can have a nice point at the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm going to bring that out towards the center of the eye and make sure I create a gradient so that it can have a nice transfer from the dark blue that I'm going to put down and this nice shimmery green color. I have to make sure just to tap just a little bit. It took a little bit of concentration because I have a fold on the inner part of my eye, like between my nose and the corner of my eye, and I have to apply my color just right or you won't be able to see it because of this fold. It has a specific name, I just don't know what it's called yet. So now I'm going over on the top part of my lid with the same color Junkie from the Urban Decay palette. And now I'm going in with the color Pranked. Yes, this is a dark, metallic, shimmery, I think there's some hints of green in it color. and I'm going to drag that in and drag that out. Next, I'm taking my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, and I'm going to line my eye. I can actually make my small eyes look a little bit wider as long as I line them the right way. Next is the this is the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. This makes my teeny tiny lashes really pop without adding bottom lashes. I can't find any good bottom lashes online. I'll have to check that out a little bit more. But yeah, see my little eyelashes? You can see them. So now I'm just going to use this brush from BH Cosmetics to brush off the translucent powder. And I am going to warm my skin back up just a little bit because I noticed that I think I baked just a little bit too long with the translucent powder. I kind of look a little bit ash, which on my complexion just isn't the cute thing to do. So now I'm going to go back with my dual fiber brush from MAC, and I'm going to add some more contour and bring that down just a little bit to warm my skin back up. And you can't have too much contour, which is awesome. Next, I'm going to take this Orgasm blush just to set that highlight I put down. I'm going to put it down the bridge of my nose and on the highest point of my cheekbone and blend that out with my finger. Next, I'm going to take Bittersweet and my Pro Longwear lip pencil from MAC, and I'm going to line my lips with that. I'm going for a nice brown nudish color, kind of ombre lip. This is the lipstick Persistence from MAC. It's a beautiful cream color. I've noticed I could wear this lipstick alone, or I could add a liner to it just for a little bit more drama, but I do love the combination of Bittersweet and Persistence together. It gives me a nice, beautiful color. And now I'm going to blend out the lip liner with my finger. I should have used my brush, but whatever. Sometimes your finger can get the... That didn't come out right. Next, I'm going to set with the Fix Plus spray, and then bam, that's my look, and it's beautiful and I love it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll be sure to leave products in the description below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go ahead and click on some of my other videos. I will see you guys next time.